Let's do it. Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can everybody hear me okay? All right. So let me talk about tonight because I think tonight's an important night for a couple reasons. We've got a big week in front of us. Anytime that you make a switch from 1 month to the next, a lot of opportunities created, and I feel like that we've got to be on top of it. I worked I guess I put in a lot of hours Saturday and Sunday getting numbers that are going to help me understand whichever way the market goes. And I think that's an important thing to talk about. Tonight is going to be a little bit different from a couple ways. Uh, Number one, I'm going to have two parts. I'm going to go through some information that I think will help you. And then we'll take a 5 minute break, and I'm going to talk about a way for everybody here, if they want to participate, to be with me next week, what I call Find Time for a Dime. So let's get started. Type in where you're coming in from. Let me just see all the different places that you're coming in from. Washington, hello, Miami, Louisville, Austin, Toledo, Charleston. Ooh, we got a big crowd. I love it. I love a big crowd. Miami, Florida, Tennessee. Oh, Ohio. That's an interesting name, David. Hello, San Diego. Used to be a real pretty city, Ben. Northern California. Hello, Jim. Hawaii's here tonight. Way to go, Don. Seattle. All right. Did you enjoy all the games yesterday? All the college games? I'm just going to say that, then I'll get to business. But had some big games yesterday, and thought that was good. Thought that was good. All right, let's get started. This first slide talks about the week and what we do, and try to be in Telegram. We got a couple of free channels in there. T-Buzz TV is a free channel, and different things there. Different things there. And if it's not on a slide, we should have a calendar, the schedule. It should be here when I get into the slides on part one. But write this down. Friday, for the first time, I'm going to do a YouTube live for Friday's unemployment report. That'll be at 8:30. I'll get started about 8:15 on YouTube. So you got to be a member of youtube.com/TBuzzTNT. So make sure you get joined if you're not part of that, and you'll get notification there this Friday. Everybody got that? Who do I got helping me tonight? I got Adam. Can you type that in there and make sure people know I'm planning on that Friday morning for the unemployment report? Adam, Jonathan, somebody type it in there. Okay, let's get started. And I want to thank this big crowd for being here. Thank you very much. Risk involved in trading, we always talk about risk, and we always talk about doing your due diligence, and we always talk about past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, for those that don't know me, former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, author of 3 books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. You can get those on Amazon. I encourage you to do it. The first book sort of gives you the philosophy, how the DTI method got built, and a lot of the insights in that book still work very good today. People tell me they love it. when they read it. And I think Amazon's got it. Market never sleeps. It's about 24-hour market. And trade to win is about the attitude I think you got to have. You got to look for the upside, at the same time, control your risk. Now, here's a YouTube channel right there. Be sure you're part of it. We'll bring in live Friday. First time ever here at DTI. We'll be doing that on Friday morning for the unemployment report. Everybody see that? There you go. Thanks for typing it in there. We have customer service live during the week, dtitrader.com/help. In my opinion, the market soared last week, hit 58.30, 58.30, and then went in what I would call a stagnant market Thursday and Friday. Looked like to me everybody left. It was so quiet. So tonight they ginned it back up. The S&P's up into the night, and if you stayed at the very end, I found something over the weekend, and I think it's going to help everybody. So try to stay to the end. It'll be the last thing I do. Now, here's my schedule. Got Find Time for a Dime live event tomorrow at 10. Tuesday, we have a flash meeting. That'll be a general flash, I guess. 10:45, Connect the Dots. Wednesday, we have futures on Wednesday at 10. We got Wednesday on the web Wednesday night. I have a special at 1 o'clock on Thursday. I got YouTube live on Friday morning at 8 and a weekly wrap up. That finishes up the week. When we get to the weekly wrap up, I want to hear everybody's happiness study. Okay? We think that's good. Okay. Seven Sisters update. There it is. You're looking at 20 plus. There's about a 1.28% drag on the NASDAQ. We'll keep our eye on that. Try to keep everybody on the deal. I want you to focus on crude. Crude is weak. Let's keep our eye on it. This is a very key week for that. Bonds are flat. We're going to take a pause, Tim. Tim, take a pause there. Here's my 10 tickers for the week. TLT above 99.50, I would go long. Apple above 230.55, long. American Express above 273.55, long. Berkshire above 462.55, long. Notice I threw, does everybody see I put DJT in there this week? Y'all see that? DJT? I've worked up a trade there. I'll discuss at one of my flash meetings if Jonathan reminds me. Okay. Gold above 248.55 keeps the gold flowing. Silver, I added it this week because silver is actually outperforming gold right now. 30.55. QQQ above 494.55. We're going to go long. SPY above 575.55 will be long. Now, CVX below 143.89 is a short, okay? Below 143.89 is a short. That's my 10 tickers for the week. And as they happen, Jonathan will set these alert and let me know. Everybody get a good list of those numbers. Usually about 3 or 4 of these are hit this week. And on the weekly wrap up, it's always that way. So pay attention to these numbers. Does anybody here follow these numbers as much as I do? They're good numbers, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are too. I think they are too. All right, news this week. You got Powell speaking tomorrow. You got manufacturing news. That's been of interest lately because there's been a dispute about the number of jobs being created. That'll be good. Tuesday night, we have the debate between the vice president candidates. Wednesday, you've got non-farm payroll and crude oil industries. Thursday, ISM, that'll be a good report to look at. But Friday is the big mama. Non-farm payrolls on Friday at 8:30. That's a YouTube event here at DTI now. Circle it, be there. I think you'll enjoy it for general market opens to have the insights and what it tells us. Probabilities for the week tomorrow, good Tuesday, weak Wednesday, strong Thursday, strong Friday. First of the month, you've got cash moving into the market at the first of the month. We'll be following the 3 days. We'll know that Thursday prior to the unemployment report coming out on Friday. Our 3-day algo will kick off this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Any questions about the probabilities? This is good stuff, folks, if you pay attention. Now, let's take a 5-minute break, and I'm going to come back and talk about find time for a dime. We'll put a clock up there if we can, Jonathan, if you don't mind, or I can look at a watch. It's 8:15. We'll get started. I'd like to watch the clock countdown if we can. 8:15, 8:20, we'll get started. Got any questions? Type it in there. Copy of the slide was posted, Eric. Just scan back and you'll see it. You got a port strike. Also, I forgot to mention, and volatility is going to get big this week. I think Bruce asked about the vice presidential debate. I think people are going to tune in because, number one, I don't think they know much about this Tim Walz guy. And J.D. Vance is fearless. So it ought to be an interesting debate. Yeah, Wendy, I am surprised that TLT is not moving higher. Maybe as early as tomorrow, really on DJT, as soon as it breaks that pivot number I gave you. Somebody asked me about DJT when I was going to talk about my strategy. When it breaks that pivot number. Remember what the pivot number was? Yeah, 1655. Wendy, not much. It doesn't. I don't think it's that big. It's not as big as it used to be. They did a lot of selling over the years. Yeah, when I say E-mini, I'm talking about the S&P 500 futures, Ben. Great question. Julius this week, there'll be one. By the way, Julius, sometimes you get an invitation to other meetings because you're a member of TNT. Okay? I don't know if you knew that or not. Oh, speaking of, hey, he asked me about TNT. I might as well mention that. Starting tomorrow, how many people like my Magic 5 tickers that I give you every day in TNT? It's Roger's birthday this week. Roger Sessions. Everybody wish him a happy birthday. Well, here's what I'm going to do in the morning into TNT. I'm going to give you the pivot number and tell you the number that that particular ticker should be long. You like that? In the morning, I'm going to add that to TNT early in the morning. Instead of just naming the tickers, I'm going to give you the actual trigger number for the day. How you like that? I'll post it in there when I do it in the morning usually before 7. Another great feature for TNT. All right, we're about to get started. Folks, about what I'm about to talk to you about is Find Time for a Dime. I want you to listen and get part of this because I got a lot of things that are happening next week with Find Time for a Dime. And so tonight, we'll take on some new members and I'll get with Jonathan and we will sort out our flash meetings and get you in there. Rochelle said, I already jumped into that. Absolutely, Rochelle. You know, my biggest day this year, I got to tell you, was when I had a 10-cent option that turned into $2 to $4. Y'all remember that day in August when the market sold off? Y'all remember that? You know, from Friday, Monday, we had to, pocket puts and all that. Well, anyway, that was my biggest day of the year, wiping out every other. Nothing was close to what I did on that day. So I've got some techniques and we're going to use them this week. Let's get started. Let's go to the Find Time for a Dime. Here's 5 things that I've said. I told you the market on Valentine's Day, I told you gold was headed to 2,700. That happened this week. I also said, let's buy CDE. It's headed to 755. It's hit it. On Fed Day, I told you that above 57.55, the market would go higher. It's done nothing but go higher. Nothing but go higher. I said if it closes above 57.94, we'd head to 58.25. That happened on Thursday of last week. And that's when I told everybody at TNT I was long. Okay. So I also said I would make Find Time for a Dime. Sold out with a 70% gain last week. That was one of the trades I did that we closed out. I thought it was on gold or something like that. Yesterday, Roger said he saw me execute Find Time for a Dime. Oh, that's right. It was with Roger. Exit that trade for a 70% gain. He was in on a one-on-one. Roger's from Texas. Now, today I want to talk to you about this way to trade these small price options at a dime. Here's what I like about it. Let's say you only want to put $200 per trade. If you pay 10 cents for an option, how many options can you have at 10 cents if you only put 200 bucks up? Exactly. You go 1,000, you can have 100, right? Okay. It's not hypothetical. You know, for the past 7 months, I've been throwing these out there to people, let you get used to it. Now the program's finalized. If you want it, be in here. Not some gamble on penny stocks. Real trades that are played out in the scenario. On September 11th, we did a 37% overnight trade on a Find Time for a Dime. 100% on September 18th, less than a week later. Folks, let me just point this out. You do the math. If you had 1,000, how much would 1,000 turn into if you made 100% overnight? You see what I'm talking about? You do the math. Don't let me do it. You do it. 122%. How much would that turn into? That's on July the 30th. 25.95 on that one. Now, tonight, we get started tomorrow. And now is the perfect time to get started with all new way of trading. Huge opportunities that I see, and I see a bunch. Gold. Do I think gold is topped out? You answered that. Do I think gold's topped out? No, I don't think gold's topped out. It climbed to the record. I'll set some new numbers at the end of this week, give you what I think after that unemployment report on the weekly wrap up. Got to be there. We've been on the move at the very beginning. Ever since gold was 300, I've been in and out throughout these years. If you want to know about gold, there's only one place I think you ought to go, and that's with me and DTI on gold. We got a lot of years of following gold. I told everybody on Valentine's Day it was at its low. I remember when we had that meeting. Look what happened. A few weeks later, don't miss opportunity setting up for gold. Wait till I show you how to take a dime option to take advantage of this. We ain't talking chicken feed anymore. Now, opportunities next week. Gold prices should head to about 3,000. I'll give you my exact price on Friday. Now, every time this plays out, I tell people, get involved. It surged over 536% since I first started talking publicly about gold many years ago. And the time before that, it was 1,000%. Now, I wasn't trading back then, was toward the end, as the bunker hunt years. But most people play it entirely long. We'll get to that in a second. Opportunity number 2, energy. I mentioned energy tonight. I said it's negative. Keep your eye on energy. Now's the time to focus on energy. Sector has been deep down over the past year or so and getting big down tonight. It's lagging behind every sector. I showed that. Now, if you know me, you know I've traded energy throughout my career with a ton of success. Back in 2022, we killed it in our Energy Plus program. So dozens of you benefit. A CVX call back then paid us 25%. PSX, that's Phillips, paid us 12. Many trades that, as a student, Thomas said, I've shown how to trade up and down. You got to learn how to trade up and down. Now, that election's coming up. You better pay attention. Energy's going to be big. That's about to change. New golden age for oil stocks if Trump wins. Harris wins, they go back to the old, get an EV. Energy's about to move big time. Pay attention. Now, the gears are starting to turn. You can watch it. Find time for a dime is suited very much for this program. These opportunities will be played all wrong. We'll show you how to play them right. Think of gold and oil as alternative assets. Some people call them safe havens. But if you put money in gold and the economy gets bad, you watch it slowly climb. Throughout history, it's been a pretty smart investment. But most traders don't realize times have changed. Gold isn't just a safe haven, slow and buy and hold. There's ways you can play it short term. Look at the daily moves it's made in last week or so. Boy, it made it high at 2708. I felt so happy that night. Oh, yeah. Any asset moving that fast is tradable. I say in silver, you can add it to the mix. And right now in the option market, there's a huge opportunity in gold for those who know how to play it. I'll show you how. Just like we did earlier this week. Found an opportunity to go to cash in on a super cheap option. You saw it, 70%, 33% the same day. You see there's a clear opportunity if you pay attention. So how do we do it? Most people don't pay attention to these options. if you pick the right expiration date, the right time, and I will help you focus on the right market, we're going to have a good time. In fact, why don't we say, let's have a fine time for a dime? You've heard of time decay? It's the hidden power that makes options move against you even when the market seems to be going in your favor. Options are based on time decay. And so I know exactly the amount of time to stay in these things based on all the trades I've done with them. Short-term options are inexpensive and go, most people think it's slow and steady, but not here. So I've discovered just by scooping up these inexpensive options, cost less than a dime, some huge wins on gold. Like on August 12th, 30%. In at a dime, out at 13. These dime options don't need to move much to make big percentage returns. 50% in a few days. I love these 10 to 20s. Now, how do you know which options to trade? That's the secret. That is the criteria. After trading as many of these thousands I've traded, I can show you which ones put the odds in your favor. And you can't go buy up any of them, of course. You got to know which ones to pick and how to do. That's what this program is about. And so tomorrow, we have a brand new master class on Monday at 10. We'll go exactly how to find these options on gold, energy, SPY, and your QQQ. All of them qualify. 10 to 20 is our goal. We're going to work at it together. And the beautiful thing about this trade, the window opens Tuesday through Friday. I'll walk you through exactly how they work. We'll go through all 4 of those tomorrow. I'll show you the setups and what we'll be looking for at the end of each day. Now, normally I charge about $500 for the class. I'm not doing that now. All you have to do is be part of my service. You'll get the class tomorrow if you join tonight. Find time for a dime. Now, 10-cent options, I think, are overlooked. That's where I like to play. Pretty good stuff. Now, I'll help you get in and I'll help you get out. Here's how it'll work. We'll scan the market on opportunities every week, Tuesday through Friday. Typically after RB4. Does everybody know when RB4 is? It ends at 2 o'clock. RB4 ends at 2 o'clock. When I spot it, I'll post it in our Telegram channel called Find Time for a Dime. Email, SMS, Telegram, letting you know the trade's there. Look it over, go in there. Nothing complicated, straight calls, straight puts. Very simple. The simplest options they have. Pretty incredible wins in the past. We covered a couple of them tonight. That's in the rearview mirror. I want to build, starting tomorrow, an opportunity for each and every one of you to participate. Don't delay. 50% in a few days, 30% same day. There's another 100% overnight. 122 overnight. Now, we have pretty good price of these. Let's go through this. We have a lot of people that join me for this. Glenn, he loves my services, and I teach and educate you along the way. Now, Karen says she's never seen anybody more experienced finding these opportunities for you. Like I said, if you put 1,000 into a dime and sell that dime for 20, you just got $1,000. We could charge probably anything we wanted to, but we're not going to do that. We're going to knock the price down. I think $24.95 for a year is fair. But if you're part of this group that joins tonight, we'll make it a no-brainer. We'll sponsor the first 50, $10 a contract. That's 500. Simple. Knock that off. $19.95 for 1 year makes it a super buy. And then we'll reprice it next year. However, tonight, why tonight? We're launching the program. Oh, Deborah said she loves it. You can read it yourself, but she's in love with what we do and how we do it. It's because I do it straight. I'm getting in, I'm getting out, and this is where I'm wrong. These dime trade opportunities are going to keep going up well after the year is up. And tonight, we're kicking it off together. Now, here's the big bonus. Listen up. You don't have annual fees if you join tonight. You're going to upgrade your subscription free of charge. Tonight, you won't be joining for a year. It'll be the VIP for life. The one-time payment of $19.95, you'll access every dime trade I send. And I think that's as sweet as it gets. So it's time. Chicken, fish, or steak, you need to decide. Get involved. This week, I'm guessing we're going to have 3 or 4 opportunities in different markets at 5 times for a dime. Adam, drop the link, baby. Drop the link. Here it goes. Because we're only going to accept, I think we said 50. I have to see. Let me get some top questions. The idea came from years ago as a teenager. When we go to the drive-in movies on a Wednesday night in the summer, we'd pile about 10 of us in that car, and they'd let us pay 10 cents to see a great movie. Fine time for a dime. So all these years later, I'm tying it to the market, be part of it. It might have started there, but some of the serious trading wins we've had already and going to have, because we know how to set up works, not complicated, it's straightforward. There's 34% overnight, 50% in a few days, 33%, 100% overnight. These are real life examples of how good this is. 122% overnight. So if you get started, don't miss any more, because starting now, we're starting a new era. Fine time for a dime. Now here's some top questions. How much money you need to trade with? How big? I think you need about $2,000 in your capital and build up to those $1,000 plays after it grows. That's the way I would do it. That's how big I'd be. You don't need to be an option expert. It's simple, straightforward. Market goes up on the ticker we choose, and it goes up fast enough, about 1% plus, you're going to make a nice return on your fine time for a dime. I'll teach you how to find these. We'll have another class after about 10 of these. Make sure everybody understands how to find them. I would expect we'll average about 2 per week. This week, I've got a great news lineup, so we'll probably have a little bit more this week. What makes it different than the 25-cent programs? Quite simple. This one is open Tuesday through Friday, where a great 25-cent program focuses on those big reports. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Time to take action. Oh, we only got 17 left. Goodness gracious. I thought we had more. I tell you what, if you get signed up tonight, I'll take you. I'm going to say that if you get signed up tonight, because I didn't realize it had been snapped up like that. Okay? So I'll stay here, answer questions, make sure everybody gets in. Are you ready? There it is. Fine time for a dime. Get those slots. And when I leave tonight, I'm sure we won't have any left. Any questions? Any questions? Love fine time for a dime. No, you're not, Don. No, 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 you're not. This is a different program. That's over now. 25 will still be going, still. Find time for a dime. Yeah, put your name to guarantee your slot. Rochelle just got her slot. Put your name, email, and phone number to make sure Jonathan captures it. He's got to have it. Yes, Newbar, you'll get notification at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning about the meeting we're having. Absolutely. Didn't you join? Karen just joined. That's 16. 16 spots are left. Tonight is tonight. Now, get logged in, get into the Telegram channel. It says find time for a dime. You know, somebody said, Tom, how many did I have on that day I had the biggest day of the year? I actually had, you do the math, I had 3,000 invested on a couple tickers, okay? Find time for a dime. I think it was August 6th when the market went down to 51.20. I was traveling to Georgia. I remember that, okay? So, any other questions? What I tried to do tonight was have two parts. Part one was information that will help you. And this is the deck and the focus that we got. Thanks, Darla. Thank you. All right, folks, I think there's about, from what I can read, about 12 left now, okay? Hey, Rhonda. Well, Kevin, I do think it's going to create quite an interesting take on Tuesday, don't you? I do. All right, I tell you what, I'll give you a few more minutes to get signed up. Ron says, I really like this program. No, Emmanuel, this doesn't take the place of the weekend side hustle. No, no, no. They said if they strike for a week, it throws a 2-week kink into the supply chain. That's what they said. All right, folks. Steve, I'll cover that tomorrow during the Find Time for a Dime meeting at 10. Thanks, Emmanuel. Thank you. Any other questions about Find Time for a Dime? All right, let's make some money together. We'll start out tomorrow at 10 in the master class, and then we'll roll through the week. It's going to be a great week. Be part of it. Pay attention. Put some time in. Learn what we got to show you. And let's all have a great week. When we get to the weekend side, not the weekend side of, when we get to Friday's wrap up, I want to hear some success stories, okay? Remember, Friday morning, if you're a part of YouTube, you get an invitation for being part of that. All right, thank you. Yeah, Lynn, I would do that. All right, pay attention in TNT in the morning, and I will post the part of the roadmap that ties into the announcement, okay? That's what I'll do. I'll show it to you in the morning when it happens. Quite an insight. I think we only got 10 of these left. So thanks, William. Thanks, Dick. Thanks, everybody.